when you walk into a place, most of the places ain't moving in excellence. White or black, like you say, but like you say, they ain't moving in excellence. So how do we fix that? Where do we come into, like, what do we do about that?
Surviving Startup. I am one of your hosts, Jamon. I am owner of Infinite Legacy Media. We are a media company that helps businesses reach their target client through video.
And I am Terry Sylvester, your other host, and I own Sylvester's Luxurious Mobile Detailing. If you have an hour to spare, we'll be there.
Hour to spare, we'll be there. If you're
Definitely
new to this podcast, we just a community of entrepreneurs there to support one another, bringing on guests, giving info for anyone who is in business, in a startup or later phase that just wants to be part of something that's there to be there
without having to pay for some money. We just here to help.
Yep.
We're here to help.
We are. So this week we're going to be talking about moving in excellence.
Excellence.
Are you moving in excellence in your business? Why is we talking about this, though?
It's a tough situation. Right now, I'm not, because I'm slightly tired. I ain't going to lie. I might be off a little bit. But I don't know. We talking about this because excellence. Why are we talking about this, bro? Because run into small businesses where people just don't care. The customer service isn't there. The reliability isn't there. Just not there. It's not there. And that's why we're talking about it, because a lot of people need to start moving in excellence. Like Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A moving excellence.
Chick-fil-A moving excellence.
Everything from top to bottom is moves in excellence.
Exactly. One of the things when we was talking about what subjects we really wanted to talk about, one of the things that made me think about this, I ain't gonna lie, if you on the podcast and you are just listening to the podcast, we are African American entrepreneurs. And one of the things that we notice a lot of times is in our neighborhoods, when people start businesses, like, they just run them however they want to run them. Like,
yeah.
You be like, we open at this time and we close at this time, and you go and then it's a sign on the door that say we be back later or something.
Or might not.
That. Yeah, or you go and then the customer service is just terrible. This is not just, I don't want to single this out to say.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say.
Community.
That's what I was about to interrupt that, because it's not.
It's not just the black community.
But that's what we see, because that's what we are.
I see that, but that's my point is not to pinpoint that.
Pinpoint,
This is
yeah.
a flaw that
that's
our
not
community
it.
has.
That's not
but
it.
the point is that as African Americans, we have to move in a greater excellence, because people expect those type of things when you go into a black business.
Exactly.
Black people, white people, if you've been into a black business and you see what the media portrays, a lot of times when you go into black businesses, you don't expect excellence. And that's just the truth of how they view it.
And a lot of the time, not even if they view it, a lot of the time, that's just not how people move. Most people don't move in excellence, whether they view it or not. Whether you see it on TV or whether you walk in. Because, yeah, you can see what you see on TV, but let's skip TV. When you walk into a place, most of the places ain't moving in excellence. White or black, like you say. But like you say, they ain't moving in excellence. So how do we fix that? Where do we come into, like, what do we do about that? How do we hold people accountable for that without being, because people take things the wrong way. I don't know if it's your attitude or if you woke up the wrong way.
You tell somebody I
just wanted the sweet and sour sauce. Yeah. Why do I have to get an attitude when I just asked for something that ain't even yours? You get what I'm saying? So now you fighting with me for something that ain't even yours.
Right. I think that what you just said, that kind of goes into, like, for one, where we are at post-pandemic status, it's hard to find people. So a lot of places they have to settle.
Yeah.
But then, like we said, Chick-fil-A, they move in excellence.
Regardless of the
time
situation
that we are in. So then it's like, first of all, how do you recognize it? I think you got to be able to recognize when you're not moving in excellence before you
hold yourself accountable. If you hold yourself accountable, you can't get upset for somebody else holding you accountable.
I was listening to E.T. and he said something like that, and it always stuck with me. It's like, when people don't do what you, especially your kids.
When
when they're kids, you tell your kid, clean up the kitchen. I want it clean by the time I get off work.
Right.
When the kitchen ain't clean by the time you get off work, like you coming down they block.
Yeah.
Why you didn't do this? Punishment's going down. Like something's happening. It ain't just, okay, you didn't clean the kitchen, that's fine. No. You're going to do something to hold them accountable. But then when we say, I need to do this, or I want to do this.
I'm gonna do 10 push-ups today.
My business, workout, whatever it is, right? When we don't do it, we don't have that same energy for ourselves.
True, you don't hold yourself accountable.
We don't have that same energy for ourselves. So it's like when you not holding it, when you don't do what you supposed to do, I'm gonna come at you and say, bro, why you ain't do this? Why you? But then
I'm gonna get your attitude.
Why didn't I do what I said I was gonna do? If I said I was going to work out every morning, why am I not doing that? If I said I need to call this amount of many people every week for my business, why am I not doing it? And then, how am I going to hold myself accountable?
Hold yourself, exactly.
How do you hold yourself accountable?
I think that's where the problem comes in at. Holding yourself accountable.
Oh, you just yell at yourself?
I really do. Yeah. You gotta put yourself in timeout. Put yourself in timeout.
But that's something, though. Like, what does that look like? All right, put yourself in timeout. Like, for real, straight up. Put yourself in timeout. Let's hold ourselves accountable.
How do we hold yourself accountable?
Put yourself in timeout. Like, straight up. Like, what you doing in your life? Because 9 times out of 10, even if you don't do what you got to do in your business, what you said you was going to do, what you know you need to do, whether it's business or not, when you don't do these things, you still go live your life.
You still do the
things that you was going to do.
Then we wake up
fun.
tomorrow,
you still
say we're going to do the same thing over and never do it.
So put yourself on timeout.
Who put baby in the corner?
I had to put myself in the corner, bro. I wasn't doing what I was supposed to be doing. Like,
yeah, that's tough. But no, I think that's where working in excellence comes in play, man. But that's why we're talking about it, though. Because a lot of people don't move in excellence. Are you moving in excellence?
I was looking at myself today, and I was like, okay, all right, I'm not moving in excellence here. Time management.
Okay.
Is where I need to move more in excellence. I had dropped the ball on a couple of things and putting in my calendar. So I talked to people, and then I missed putting it in my calendar.
Okay.
So then when it came up, it was like, boom. But then I didn't have proper preparation to jump in like I needed to and look like I was operating in excellence.
Right.
Because I didn't start from a position of excellence. You know what I'm saying?
That makes sense.
Because what I usually do is when I work with a client, if it's a client that calls me or if it's somebody that got in touch with them, before we have a meeting, I'm doing research. I'm looking at your social media stuff. I'm looking at where video can help you as a company. Like,
what can you do for them?
We're not just the company that just come in and just give you a dope video here. No, like, where can video help you the most? Like, where do you need help the most at in your company, and where can video help you? So I'm always on that, like when it comes to my research before I go do anything. And then I had something come up and it was like, yo, I didn't have a chance to do none of the research I was supposed to do. And then that, first of all, I messed with my confidence. Right? While I'm there on the job now,
now you're thinking about something
different. I know how to maneuver to do what I need to do in order to get the job done, right? But it's certain things that your preparation and give you confidence when you walk in.
Yeah.
Because you know, like you can
know what you're doing.
Control the total situation the way you need to control the situation. And when you getting hired to do something and you controlling that in a certain way, people could see that. Like, you might not think like, oh, they're moving in excellence, but you can feel it. You can see it. You know what I mean? The whole process down to the contacting after a job is done, the way you act during a job, especially if you service based. If you service based, it's like not even just service based, right? Because we had a Care Monique. When we had Care Monique on, she does shoes, and she was talking about how if you have a little bit of glue on your shoe when you send it out, like customer not happy with that. Yeah. So then you have to look at your process of how am I looking at everything that goes out, because like if I go to the store and I spend $100 on some shoe, like I don't want a piece of glue nowhere there either.
But do we hold those same people at Nike accountable as you would Care? That's why we're talking about moving in excellence, because we as small business people are held to a different standard, because you'll go buy those Nikes and you'll get them home and you're not taking them back. You won't take them back. But if you bought them from Care, you're going to email her. You're going to put out a post on Facebook. You're going to...
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
You get what I'm saying?
Yep.
So that's why I'm asked. That's where the question comes in. Yep. We have to move in excellence because of that reason right there. You will hold Care to a different standard than you would hold Nike, because you're not taking Nikes back. We get Nikes tore up all the time. You just wear them.
I don't know, bro. I don't think, like, I'm taking mine back.
You taking yours back?
I'm taking mine back, bro.
But no, what I'm saying though, like, what I'm saying though,
but I get what
you ain't gonna Facebook Nike.
I get exactly what you said.
You ain't gonna down talk Nike.
Yeah, you ain't gonna
get up there and
bad reviews.
Exactly,
like,
but because this person was a small business owner, you instantly gonna go get on Facebook. Don't work with her. Don't go buy her shoes. Don't go do this because of one mistake. When you could have just emailed me and told me this mistake happened, we could have switched them out.
So, yeah, that's absolutely true. And then it speaks towards why we as small business owners
have to move in excellence.
To move in super excellence.
We have to.
Because
we have to.
What we're competing against are machines that have conglomerates that have big amounts of... We might not even be in that... competing for their customers, but these is the people that's in the industries that we are in. You know what I mean? Like when I think about video, like the people that's been in it 10, 20 years, the businesses are already know these companies as established. Like if I come anything less than excellence, then I'm doing myself a disservice. Yeah,
true. But on top of that, how about we stop treating small business owners so terrible because we small business owners? It ain't giving us an excuse, but if you ain't gonna say nothing to Wendy's, don't say nothing to Joe and Schmo's coffee shop. You get what I'm saying? If you ain't gonna say nothing to Nike, don't get on Facebook and down talk the next person. Reach out. If you wanna reach out to Nike, reach out to me. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. So how about we as a community stop this? Because it's actually terrible. It's not only that, people look at that and be like, oh, we ain't doing business with this person because of such and such.
Yep.
And you just killed a lot of business because of something we could have worked out.
Easily.
We could have worked it out easily. All you had to do was reach out. But now you went on Facebook, and went on Instagram, down talk to business that's actually a great business.
Now what you would have did to a established brand that you gonna use their products,
still gonna use
regardless. You know what I mean? That's a good point.
Yeah,
that's a good point.
You gotta change that. We gotta change that narrative off of it.
Definitely. So then let me ask you this: are you moving to excellence?
When it comes, sorry about that, guys.
I'm not moving to excellence, bro. His phone ain't even on silent. Look.
When it comes
hold on. Let me silence my phone.
When it comes to my business, the detailing part, yes, I believe that's what sets us apart from the other people. Which when I started, I was the only person in West Michigan doing this. Now I counted 20.
Just doing mobile detailing.
Mobile detailing. When I started this, I was the first person in Grand Rapids to start mobile detailing, residential. There was another cat who was doing it, going to car lots. He was going to car lots, which that's the thing, but I was the first person to do a residential. Now it's 20 people if you was to Google it. But that's what sets us apart, because I believe with the help of my wife, we are moving on excellence when it comes to my business. When it comes to outside of business, like what I'm supposed to be doing, like when it comes to Facebooking and checking my emails, and when it comes to that part, no, I'm falling behind. But when it comes to customer service, Yeah, we move in excellence. We go over and beyond.
So
we go over and beyond.
In the department of customer service,
perfect,
excellence. But in other departments in your business, they're not so much.
It's not. But when it comes to customer service, yeah, we got things down packed. There's a system that we go through that we didn't put together. I would put it out, but then you're gonna have people doing what I do to make you know what I mean. Yeah, I was thinking about it as I was literally about to spit it out, and I was like, nah, people are already doing what we do, so no worries. Because I used to get upset about that. I'm like, you know what I mean? But no, I love that people do what I'm doing. Exactly, I love it. I love it. You know what I mean? So, but when it comes to customer service, yeah, we move in excellence. We go over and beyond, and then we reach out and find out if we went over and beyond. Yeah. So we constantly teaching ourselves when it comes to that part. But when it comes to at home or like in the office part, I could be doing better. I could be doing a lot better actually. Yeah. So that part, no, I'm not moving to excellence. But nobody would see that part.
Yeah. But you see it, and it still affects you though.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's affecting you. And it's really not until we start to move in excellence in the places we know we're not moving in excellence and to see how that directly affect us. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, because that could be affecting your bottom line.
It could be. It will. It is actually. It is because it slows things down, throw things off, and everything. Like, so it does. It affects everything. But when it comes to customer service, yeah, we constantly learning too. We constantly teaching ourselves. We constantly learning. Like I say, my wife do this, so she constantly throwing things in. We reach out and find out if we did things right, if what can we do to make things better. So we learn from the big dogs and keep it on moving because that's what the big dogs do. So if the big dogs do it, she was like, why aren't we doing it? Why don't we call and reach out or send out a letter or just
to somebody who you know who can give you some
if we just did a service for you after we do your service, why can't we reach back out and ask how that service was or what can we have done better or anything like
just to keep improving.
She figured out how to just do different things inside the cars that makes it's not that much, but it makes that much of a difference. When you see like, oh, that was dope. You ain't even. I never knew somebody could do that.
Like I didn't even know they cleaned this part of it. Like,
that type of thing. So when it comes to that, we work in excellence, complete excellence when it comes to that part.
Man, I think just the transparency made me think about this, and I'd be like, oh my God, I be hating this nowadays. Like everybody hopping on social, bro, acting like they know what they talking about everything.
About everything.
Like
you read a
not
headline.
It out. You know what I'm saying?
You read a headline.
Yeah. Like everybody out here talking like they got it figured out, you know what I mean? When it's really the L's that teach you the most. You know what I mean?
And then, most people don't take L's because when they take their first L, they quit. Most people take their first L and be like, oh, I can't do this.
Or they'll keep
fighting my demons.
They'll keep fighting against. You know what I mean? It's like we start a business and then we learn we need to be doing these things for our business to get to a certain level, and we want our business to get to that certain level, but then we not doing that. So it's like you fighting against the current, but then you hop on social media like, yeah, this is how you. Nah, like you know what I mean? Like we can't act like I think it's always an aspect of your life, your business, where you can improve. It's always aspect where more than likely you're not moving to excellence.
Yeah, because everything changes every 10 years, so you have to be constantly changing.
To be constantly learning
yourself.
Yep, and then it's like, okay, now we got that established, right? So, first of all, seeing where we not moving to excellence, evaluating. So we start with that. Boom. Once we evaluate, then we got to hold ourselves accountable. So then how do you put yourself in time out?
How do you put
yourself in time out? Like, we talked about this actually. In the we have accountability group, right? And it was something that you was telling me. Matter of fact, I'm gonna let you tell it because you was telling me about it. About how you put something in that's valuable enough to you that you can't lose it to be able to.
Oh, accountability wise. Oh yeah, for like okay, I got what you're saying. We were at this meeting we have. Speaking of this meeting we have an accountability meeting every third Saturday of the month. And it's just a group we get together where we're starting to hold each other accountable. Ages 16, I'm going for ages 16 and up, maybe 13 males. I don't know. I think for like the younger we go, we can touch, you can learn more instead of waiting till you're 16. Most people don't care at 16. But we was talking about holding each other accountable and how do we do that, which was one of the things I heard. I can't remember the book name or I put it out there. He says they go through him and his friends having they have a lot of money. So we ain't working with a lot of money, but they put up a certain amount of money that they write a check for. It's 5 guys. They write 5 checks for an amount that won't hurt you.
That won't or will?
That won't hurt you. So meaning $100 ain't nothing. You can get $100, you can give $100. $2,000 is a lot. Especially if you got 5 dudes at $2,000. That's 10 grand. That's a lot of money to lose. So meaning if you put up this, say, I'm gonna give you $2 grand to hold me accountable for hitting this goal, I have to hit this goal. Otherwise, I'm giving you $2 grand. I'm giving up 10 grand because it's 5 different people. If I don't hit this goal, 5 different people get $2 grand. If I do hit this goal, then hey, we did what we were supposed to do, which was holding myself accountable for that. Otherwise, what are we doing? You tell yourself you're gonna do something, and you don't do it. And like you say, if you don't do it, you will get down on your kids' self, on your kids, on your brother or your sister.
Anybody your
employee
to do something.
But then you mess up, it's just like whatever. But if you mess up with us, this group, you just lost 10 grand. It's a lot of money.
So it's something that not money that won't hurt you.
That will hurt you. Yeah. So it has to be enough. It has to be enough that will hurt you. So you can't just give up. I can give up 100.
It's just a matter of, okay, so if you don't have like cash to put up in amounts that you feel like it's this, or I can't put up this amount that will hurt me. Like, what is it in your life
that you can do other than money?
That you can do other than money, right? What is it that you like to do? Do you like to go eat on the weekends?
You gave up a good one to your wife.
What I'm saying?
Date nights.
Yep. Do you like date nights with your spouse?
We giving up date nights?
You know what I mean? Yo, if you have a spouse that cherishes their date nights and you put that as, okay, if I don't hit this goal, no date night.
Yeah.
Now you got to deal with problems.
Now you got to deal with a whole different set of problems. On top of not hitting your goal.
Boom, that's putting yourself on timeout. You know what I mean? Like, it got to be something where it's like, it's going to affect you.
It's going to affect you. Otherwise, you're not going to care. You're not going to care.
You know what I'm saying?
That's what they say about people who go to seminars. You get a free seminar. Most people either don't show up or don't care.
And they're not going to use the information if they come.
But if you pay for that seminar, 9 times out of 10, they're going to show up and they're going to at least hear it.
It's just like a kid. Like, if a kid had to work chores to build up enough money to buy some beats,
they gonna work.
They gonna take care of them. They gonna work. They gonna work, but they gonna take care of them beats because they bought them beats. They worked
for them beats.
You know what I mean? But if I just go out
Grandma
and get
bought
you because you said,
Christmas.
"Oh, I just want some beats," and I just went and bought them for you, like, here you go, then. They're not going to take care of them the same way.
Nah, because they're going to go get some more.
You know what I mean? So then we have to be able to figure out the things in our life that we can use against ourselves, because you can't really just yell at yourself. You know what I mean? But we have to be able to hold ourselves accountable more than we hold anybody else accountable.
Yeah.
Like,
you have to be held.
Like, when you think about it, it don't make sense.
You are the first person to hold yourself accountable.
Like, we have to be able to hold ourselves accountable more than we hold our kids accountable, more than we hold our wives, your husbands. Like, we have to be able to hold ourselves accountable first and foremost. And we got to be able to come down our own block before we want to come down anybody else's block for anything. Because how I'm going to come down anybody else's block for anything if I can mess up and I don't come down my own block?
Yeah, that's tough.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
most people don't even
make
understand.
Logical sense.
Don't even see that.
When you think about it, it don't make logical sense.
It don't.
Because you want them to improve.
But you're not.
But you're not doing what you need to do to improve. Yeah. So do this, but I'm not. And if I don't, then it's okay. It's always
we'll try tomorrow. We'll try tomorrow. Let's stop that. Let's stop that try tomorrow thing. Start today and we can
today, not tomorrow.
Yeah. Work on ourselves in excellence, man. Because that's a problem. That's a big problem. That's a huge problem. Because it deters me. It deters me of a lot of places I go into, and I be like, I just won't deal with a lot of things. So if I go into a place and I just instantly get irritated, I walk out, and now you just lost me as a customer.
Yeah.
But now I ain't even sending nobody. I mean, I'm not nobody, so who cares if I come or not? But I am not sending nobody else to you, and that's how most businesses work, word of mouth.
Exactly. It's like if I go to a restaurant. Like, if I gotta wait a long time just to be greeted, and like at the very least, even if you busy, you should be able to come to my table and say, hi, I'm blah, blah, blah. I'll be a waitress or waiter. I'll be right back to you. If I gotta come in and wait a whole long time, I'm not going to
my wife,
and say, where's my waitress or waiter? No, I'm leaving.
Wife, bro. We walk into some place sometimes, and the waiter would be like, this people, like, it's so much going on. Kaylee would be like, I don't even want her. Send us somebody else. Off rip. She'd just be like, send us somebody else. Otherwise, we'd go somewhere else. And I literally just lost your customer.
Yeah. Because the energy.
And
you ain't moving in excellence, right? And then I don't want nobody that ain't moving in excellence messing with my food like that.
Exactly.
Anyway.
Leave your problems at home. Leave work at the door. How hard can that be? It seems like everybody wake up with an attitude. Like, even in the warehouse business, or even like, it's like,
because most people
what's wrong with you, bro?
Are not doing what they love. And most people are not working towards doing what they love. Hey, but then you know what's the crazy part about what we're talking about, right? The reason they probably not doing what they love is because when they had dreams, they didn't hold themselves accountable.
That could be true.
They didn't hold themselves accountable to do the things that they had to do in order to reach that. Yeah. Because life is roadblocks.
Life is tough.
That's all we do is face roadblocks. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. like that's what life is. Is some people's situations is worse than others. You know what I mean? Some people dealing with situations that will crush other people that other people are able to say sane through. But the difference is some people say I couldn't do this because of this. No, you couldn't figure out.
That's an excuse.
I'm pretty sure you had some type of situation where you could have tried. You know what I mean? But you knew you could have tried, but you didn't hold yourself accountable to even take this small step.
That's why I want 13-year-olds.
You know what I'm saying?
That's why I want 13-year-olds, because we can work with them. We can work with them. You can make them. You cannot make them do anything, but you can talk and they can listen. Yep.
The older
most people just
the harder it is to change.
Yeah, most people don't got somebody to just talk to. Most people don't hear. You know, so that's why I want 13-year-olds to come to this accountability group, so we can work on their excellence. So we don't have to worry about what we're worrying about now in the next generation.
Just helping them
teach kids excellence, and then people work in excellence. And then when we say excellence, it's not academically. If that's what I'm trying to say, it's not academic excellence, because that's tough. We don't even care about academics. That's a whole different situation. But in yourself, it don't even got to be business. Just working in excellence in yourself. Are you working in excellence at home, in your marriage?
Hey, but no, it's something I have to disagree with you on that, because, right, if you are in school, this is something you got to complete.
You have to do that.
You got to.
That's what I'm saying.
Moving excellence to the best of your ability, because it's just because it's academics and some stuff it's a lot of stuff in school you're not gonna need when you get out of school. But at the same time, you gotta practice moving in excellence.
Teach yourself excellence.
It's got to become part of your lifestyle. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Because if you slack here, you'll slack here. What you doing one things is how you moving all things. How you moving one things will be how you moving all things. So especially the stuff you don't like doing, if you learn how to move in excellence young, me and my son was just talking about that. The engineer, big boy in there, on the way over here. Like, what do you want in life? like it's the things that you don't like to do is going to be some of the roadblocks in your way. It's not going to be all the things you love to do.
That's
so
true.
when you learn how to move in excellence and you use, like you in school, you might not like this class, that class, that class, but guess what? That class is a roadblock. So you have to practice moving in excellence so that way when you face things that you don't want to do, that you need to do to get to where you're trying to be, you will be used to just moving in excellence and taking those roadblocks because it ain't about like, let me just get good grades, let me get grades.
That's what I mean. That's what I mean by. That's what I mean by.
No, you practicing moving in excellence.
That's what I meant by. That's what I meant by that.
Yeah,
because it was grades. It was a grade thing because certain people can't hit. You can't. That might not be a thing because the way people teach.
You know what I mean? But if you're moving in excellence,
but if you're moving in excellence, you're trying. Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, you got it.
You know what I'm saying? So it ain't like about, oh, am I gonna get better? No, are you
trying to get a good grade?
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Or are you in the back
Are you
talking?
looking at yourself
Exactly.
to say what am I doing wrong or where I need help at, and being willing to ask for help, one, or being willing to change the things that you're doing wrong and start moving differently. Because if we're not looking at ourselves and looking at where we moving wrong, how we can advance. We can't better ourselves unless we're willing to look at ourselves and say, okay, this is where I'm messing up at. Boom.
That's tough. That's a tough one. Because at that point, then does that come to becoming a follower?
What you mean?
Like what would you just say? If you're not, as from kids' standpoint, if you're not moving to excellence, are you following?
And then it becomes, okay, the things that you're doing that you messing up on, why you messing up on?
Why exactly?
Who you with?
Are you being a
you know
follower?
What I'm saying? Like, because the thing is, another man can't live your dreams for you. You know what I mean? So,
but they can diminish him.
It don't mean you just gotta cut everybody off. But if it's certain people that's on a certain vibe, that's not on the same type of mind state as you, you gotta understand that you are a total of the 5 people you be around the most.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So wherever you want to go, you got to make sure you surround yourself with people that want to go places and do stuff.
Want to see you where you at, yeah.
Or more than likely, they'll drag you down. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. If they ain't want nothing with their life, then when you trying to go get something for your life and you doing this or that, they're like, oh, what you doing? Oh, now you looking.
So can we go, how can we move in excellence? Can we go learn that? Can we go set ourselves in environments where people is moving in excellence?
That's it right there. You said something about that when we was just talking, how you went, I don't know if you said it while we was on the show or before we was talking about, before we started the show. I think it was when we was on the show. You were saying like, y'all reach out to people to see like, am I doing this right? Am I doing that right?
Figure it out.
So the thing is, the easiest thing you can do is try to find somebody that already did what you're trying to do and be willing to go out there and look for them people.
Open-minded and accept what is it?
Criticism.
That's the word. Criticism.
Criticism.
Accept criticism. Most people don't know how to accept it and take offense to it.
I did a job today, and we were.
But it comes with people tones. People tones makes a difference. If you're criticizing me in a different tone, so I understand it. I get it, but at the same time,
But at the same time, like I don't know, I just kind of trained myself for this mentally, like dealing with music and when I started doing media, I was over the media at the church.
Right.
And I was just learning. So all I got was criticism.
Yep.
You know what I mean? People don't want to look. People not looking at your stuff like, oh, that's dope how you did that. If everything looked dope in the video, they'd be like, oh, that video was good. But they not saying, oh, you did that good. You did that good. You did that good. No, what they saying is, you should change this right there. Change that. That don't look right. This don't look right. You know what I mean? It's plenty of projects that I did where I was like, oh, this project fire. I love this one. Then you go and they be like, yeah, dude, boop, this ain't right. That. Okay, let me hit the drum board. So I had to learn how to be able to take criticism. You know what I mean? And it's the thing too, bro. This is I don't remember where I read this at, right? But the thing is, even somebody that hate on you gotta find a small flaw to blow up. Right? Even somebody that hate on you, they ain't gonna say, they ain't gonna take the best thing about you. Cause what can somebody say about the best thing about you? Yeah. Oh, look at their muscles. They ain't like what you gonna say about that? You know what I mean? But it's like, oh, He talking about he got muscles. He ain't even in the gym every day. I'm running in the gym every day. He ain't there yet. Now you ain't there every day. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But then you gotta look at yourself. If this is my lifestyle, am I there every day? Maybe I'm somewhere else. Maybe they just ain't seeing me. But am I doing what I'm supposed to be doing every day?
Every day.
Because they going to take something, even a hater going to take something that they see as a small flaw.
Yes.
So even a hater can give you something to where you can look at yourself and say, let me see if I can take that criticism and
invite it.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's when we see the things about ourselves where we can start to go in a different way.
That's what I learned as a young cat. You know like, how I move is, I move in a different kind of way because like I tell my son, I don't listen to nothing I'm telling you because a lot of people gonna tell you a lot of different things. And if you listen to everybody, you probably be lost. So don't listen to nothing. Hear what people are saying. Hear what I'm saying and interpret it how you interpret it because you're a grown little boy now. You're not 8. You get what I'm saying? So what I learned as growing up is I hear what this person's saying, I hear what this person's saying, I hear what this person's saying, I hear what this person's saying. And I sit back and I interpret it all. And I move how I want to move, interpreting what everybody done said. Don't go stand on the block. Don't go do this. Do this way. Do that way. Don't hold this. Don't hold that. Interpret it how I interpret it. Yeah, move how I move.
I kind of like, that's kind of like how my mind works too.
I hear it.
Like,
I heard you.
I take, especially like, I have a learner personality. So I like to take in information, right? But then I take all of this information and I formulate my own opinion.
Then that's what you're supposed to do.
What I took all of these different information.
Because I've learned that people gonna put what they want to put on you. So meaning like, for instance, I'm gonna use it for instance. You're the new person at a warehouse, right? And they're gonna give you somebody to train under. This trainer is gonna, regardless who this person is, whether he's upbeat, a downer, or a person that come in mad every day, he's gonna teach you how he's taught, how he is. Meaning, he's gonna teach you this, be like, this person, stay away from this person. This person is such and such and such. Oh, this person is a bitch. Oh, this person is such and such and such. Because that's how they treated him. You get what I'm saying? And then I could come in and I'd be like, this person cool. Why you got a problem with this person? I ain't never had this problem you say you had with this problem. Another person be like, oh, this person such and such and such and such. I'm having drinks with this person right now. We cool. So I learned that I don't push. That's why I tell my son, don't listen to nothing because I could be steering you down the wrong path. I want you to hear me because I got the bigger picture, but you can't listen to nothing because that's how I was brought up. You brought up a whole different way than how I was brought up. So how I look at something could be totally different than how you see something. That's how I learned how to just move my way through things. I hear everything. I hear it. I see it. I don't even have to listen to it. Evaluate it. Interpret it yourself.
Form your own mind from it.
Interpret it yourself, bro. That's how we move. That's how we move out here. That's how I move, at least. And I move in excellence.
And some things.
Some things. When it comes to business and like my inside business, customer service, I'm great.
All right, so then we talked about recognizing where you're not moving to excellence. Putting yourself on timeout when you're not moving to excellence. So then, if you don't find out how to, now you got to figure out, how do I change where I've not been moving to excellence, right? That's the purpose of timeout. Why you put kids in timeout? So they learn a lesson. It's a lesson in that timeout, right?
But we never teach them that lesson when we put them in timeout.
Some people do.
Some people do. Some people don't.
Some people don't.
I just got a whooping and I don't even know why I got a whooping.
Because a lot of, when we were raised,
I just know not to touch this now.
You wasn't giving information. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times when you was raised and you got whippings and stuff, you wasn't giving her information.
Yeah, that makes sense.
You know what I mean? But a lot of the times, I probably did that with my kids, just based off of how I was raised. But then I also never, I wouldn't say I never, but like up into my like 30s, I started realizing, okay, I might have to make drastic changes. Yeah. Like I might not be able to do this. or be able to do that. You know what I mean? Like, I can't raise kids like they have the same personality. And me and my wife,
everybody's definitely just like teaching.
11 together. We got a big blended family.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? All the way down from 22, all the way down to 2. So it's like, unfortunately, in the last 10 years, I've been seeing that. But it's like, yo, different kids have different personalities. For one, but then two, you should always teach why not, because when you not supposed to do something, it make you curious to the point where you want to do it.
You want to do it.
I mean?
It wasn't explained.
You want to hit that cigarette. Because your mom's smoking. My mom's smoking, but I can't smoke. I shouldn't smoke. I'm curious now. You know what I mean? So when we look at the things that we're now moving to excellent in, and then we take time to put ourselves in time out, we're not doing those things that we would normally do. Something that will make an impact on us enough to us to want to say, all right, I'm going to turn it around. But then it's like, okay, so then how do you move at excellence?
How do we change that?
How do we change that? I think one of the biggest things in business that you can do is systems. Right? So I said my time management, right? But at the same time, the way I formulate my goals and I break it up into quarters, when I look at the big goal and I go down, like what I'm focusing on now is like the 30, 60, 90 day goals that I got and really hammering down on those so then when I'm looking at those and I take those and break them down to weekly, then I break them down to daily, and then now what I have to make sure that I'm doing is a system to make sure I'm on my stuff, because I'm putting together my goals into a formulation where it puts structure to it for me to do it on a daily basis. At the same time, I know if I don't schedule every minute of every hour, I will not be nearly as effective as I should be in that day. So my thing been, I haven't been focusing down on that enough, right? And then also not putting myself on time out for not focusing enough and doing that like I should be.
So do you have a system?
So now,
do you have a system
like
that you've created?
So I got the system. I just need to hold myself accountable for following my system I need to.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So the system is really kind of like really go hard on where I know my flaws is at, and that is that time management. So when I recognize that, what I did was say, you know what? I need to schedule every hour, every minute.
Yeah.
I need to know where every minute of my day is going in order for me to kill where I'm not moving to excellence at, which is my time management.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So once I do that, then that's you leveled up.
Yeah.
Every time you kill those things in yourself where you know you're not moving to excellence, it's like you on the next board. You know what I'm saying? You on the next level.
Yeah.
Then you can focus on the next thing. Systems. Now you on the next level. Systems. Like, cause that
keeps me on.
It gives you a measurement.
Keeps me on track.
It keep you on track, and it give you a measurement. Cause if you got a system that says, okay, this is whatever it is that where you ain't moving excellence. If you put a system around that to structure that whole thing, then when you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing, you can see it easily. You can see it easily.
And it's easy to pass along to the next person.
Yep.
Want somebody to take over here. This is simple.
So you already got a system in place. Yep. So
that makes sense, because that's how we work. That's what makes it easy for us as when it comes to customer service. Because you're right, it's a system that we have from the time I get a call to the time I.
So it's a whole system put in place to what that customer interaction look like. Yep. It ain't just something where people call you and then you might call them back here or you might call them back there.
You get my call back within 10 minutes.
And that's part of your system.
Get a message within 10 minutes.
So part of your system is I call them back in 10 minutes. Now if you start getting people calling and then you start calling them back 20, 30 minutes,
hour.
Then your system show you that you messing up. You ain't moving to excellence.
But I learned
see that
from other people
because
that's how
you got that system in place. You know what I'm saying? So if it's a place we not moving to excellence, like for me, one of the biggest things that I've seen is putting systems in place. Because it ain't like I ain't got no measurement. I just say
System is key.
I need to hold myself more accountable. You know what I'm saying?
System is key. It is in life. But if you think about it, life is ran on systems. From the time you wake up to the time your kids go to school.
You got a chore time for your kids.
Everything.
You got a homework time for your kids.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? That's how you put structure and order
It's
to
a
your
system.
household.
It's a system.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The systems that you put in place in your household is how you bring order and structure to your household.
That's legit.
So them systems. And then when the systems fall apart and people ain't doing what they supposed to be doing at certain times,
go back and look at it. You go back and look at the system, figure it out.
If you don't have a chore system and kids do their chores whenever, then the chores get missed. And it's like, okay, you missed it this day, but you can't really put it like, okay, this was a cause or whatever. And it's not that big of a deal because you ain't put that system in place. But when you got that system in place, they not gonna miss it because when that time hit, they
know.
First they start to know automatically. So then they start to automatically fall into those routines. You know what I'm saying? And when you got a routine, you can gauge. I think that's what it really helped me with is gauging. You know what I'm saying?
Life.
Like gauging.
But not only that,
messing up. Where like, what's the level? Like, yo.
But not only that, when you got a system, when it comes to business, when you got a system, that's what your customers depend on. That system, because they're depending on you to.
It's your part of your brand.
You being here, they depending on this to happen. They're depending on that to happen. So it ain't even. It goes deeper to like what you say. But when it comes to business, it becomes part of your brand.
Because once you have a system, you look like you're moving in excellence to the outside. When you look like you're moving in excellence to a customer, that makes that customer comfortable. Yeah. That makes that customer trust you.
Just like that book I read when he was talking about McDonald's. He asked 100 people, could they make a burger better than McDonald's? And out of the 100 people, all 100 said they can make a burger.
Can make a
exactly.
Burger than McDonald's.
Why don't you have more money than McDonald's?
They got a system.
McDonald's has a system and had a system.
They can give you a burger in less than 5 minutes.
Fries are all supposed to be fresh.
I don't know
what I mean?
What that is, if it's meat or not. You know
but their system gonna have you coming. And not only that, they got your kids wanting it. Your babies wanting it. They can't even speak and they want French fries. It's sad, but their system works.
The system works.
It works perfect. So systems, that works. That's right. Systems. I like that one.
Shoot, I don't even know where to go after that. Like, look, I mean, we hit it. Like, figure out where you not moving in excellence. Hold yourself accountable.
Yeah.
Put yourself on timeout. And then figure out the system that you need to put in place.
And it's okay not to be. It's okay to not move in excellence if you know it and you start moving forward. Just got to be moving forward.
The thing is when you not noticing.
When you don't know it, you don't know it. You don't know what you don't know. But once you figure that out, start moving forward. Don't be the next person, what the next person doing. Because this person did it this way, I'm going to do it this way. Yeah. Because this person do this, charge that, I'm going to charge this.
Figure
it out. You ain't the next person.
Yep.
And obviously they ain't doing great. Otherwise, you probably wouldn't know them. You know what I mean? You don't know the CEO of Mr. Car Wash. You don't know the CEO of, you get what I'm saying? So they doing great. They doing something great. So obviously these dudes ain't doing something great. And they probably wouldn't be your friends. I'm going to be 100. So yeah, put that system in place. Figure it out. Systems.
Shit.
I like that one.
I think we're going to wrap it up with that.
Yeah.
If you're watching the podcast on YouTube, like, comment, share. Like, are you moving in excellence?
Please let me know if you're moving in excellence. Or if you know somebody not moving in excellence. Hey, put them on blast. Tag me in them. We don't even care.
I don't want to destroy your relationship.
Yeah, you ain't got to destroy them. We ain't going to talk bad about them. We just going to try to come help them move in excellence. I got a group I hold every
But like you said, though, it's how you do it, and people, everybody can take criticism.
It's how you do
some
it.
People, it's how you do it.
It's how you do it.
Are you moving in excellence? If not, what are you going to do to start moving in excellence today? What systems are you going to put in place?
Let's figure it out and start today and not tomorrow.
Like, share, subscribe. Survive and Startup. Be signing out.
Peace.
Are you getting the stop button, son?